They don't even know I'm here. Ba-bam. Turret down. Nailed it. Welcome everybody. Tonight we're going to be playing some Heroes of the Storm. We're just doing a highlight reel, so mostly just team fights and battles that I did. The original audio was corrupted. There was a lot of stuttering, so this is an overlay, and we're getting into the first team fight here. You can see we're on the map with the crazy plant things, and so night has fallen for the first time. We're just getting into the team fight right now. I'm playing Osmodan, or Osmodan. He's one of the lesser evils from the Diablo series. We can see he's throwing out a decent amount of damage. This team fight doesn't really have a whole lot going on in there. Nothing too major happens. We trade a little bit of damage and get away. So we can see we just changed into a new team fight. Sorry, there's a little bit of video stutter. I miscalculated that completely, so I wandered right into the enemy teams. They're trying to take the big plant monster. But right here, I managed to get away. If you didn't see it earlier, there was a really clutch heal from one of my allies, so that helped me stay alive. Now here, I've already got the plant monster armor up and going. You can see my screen's a little small. I was playing in a windowed version of the game, so I have to keep the screen tracking my players, so I had a really poor plant placement on that one right there. So I come running around here, and I'm going to throw down another plant, start putting out a little bit of damage onto that tower. Then I make the mistake of fully committing. I should have either fully committed at the start or not committed at all, but see, I do this half committal. And this ends pretty poorly for me. I lose the plant armor, and then I just get taken down before I can get any way out of that. So then into the next clip, we can see Tyrael and I just killed the enemy Tyrael, and so I'm feeling pretty cocky. So you can see I threw down one of my little minions and went for the death laser on the turret, and then I saw their entire team converging on me, so I started to run. But then I realized I was going to die, so I turned and started running back towards their base to try and draw them off my team. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in the end. You can see I try and ping them to let them know the enemies are coming, but it's too late. Both of them ended up dying from that, which was unfortunate. I really should have pinged ahead of time. So we can see I'm doing a little bit of cleanup here. There's a little fight going on, so I decide to hop in on that. Throw a couple of the death balls in there, and then we're right under the turret, and I'm not taking fort shots, so I fire up the death laser here, start taking out the turret. Then I see the enemy Tyrael. He's right there, so I turn to attack him, only for a brief second before I realize I'm taking turret shots and bail on that, and then Tyrael runs away, and we return focus to the turret, and I think we end up killing it. Yeah, it looks like the turret goes down right there. And so now we're switching over to a different team fight. I'm coming in to aid Tyrael, who got caught out of position by the enemy team. And here the enemy monk makes a really bad call and tries to double back on himself, which gives my death laser enough time to kill him. And then the fire dude escapes there, but it's not over because both plant monsters just happened to show up at exactly the same place that we were. So I fired up the death laser there for a second before I got turned into a little plant. But that's okay because their plant monster goes down, and we just start dealing damage to their bottom fort. Or it's a keep, this one's a keep, the bottom keep. So I just start blazing it, and then I realize that the turret's attacking me. So after Tyrael gets a little bit of damage, I back off to stop the turret from hitting me, and then I come back in and re-engage on the turret itself. You can see my Legionnaire minion, my commander, is already attacking. The turret goes down pretty fast, and we return focus back to the keep. It's becoming a pretty big team fight now. It's our second kill. We're doing pretty good here. We get the kill on the keep, and we kill off the next turret, and then we start hitting their Nexus. I don't think it's called the Nexus, I can't remember. But I buff up a minion wave with one of my commanders, and we start pushing forward onto the keep here. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, but then we attack the keep. He kills off my minions pretty fast because most of the minion wave chose another target. So there was a bit of bad luck there. I had a lot of bad luck this game when it comes to the turret, but we almost get a kill there. I just start death lasering the turret around here, trying to get the shield down, get as much damage out onto it as I can. And then I've noticed that Knight has fallen, so I back off with my team because, as you know, just pushing the Nexus doesn't always win the game if your enemy decides to play the objectives. So we back off, so we're going to play the objectives here and come back with a full tanked out plant. That's our plan, is to go get another plant and then come back and see how I dodge the other team there. Now we're moving into the next one. You see a real shot of bad luck here. I move in with a party of minions, but then their minion wave spawns and kills off mine, so I took a couple turret shots there. I threw down my ult, get some damage onto this Nexus was my plan, and you can see that it did not quite go according to plan. I didn't get too many hits off, trying to breathe the shield down when they stun me, and they once they get that stun on you, there's nothing you can do, so I just get killed there underneath the Nexus. Now I noticed when I was dead that Tyrael was trying to backdoor us, so he came running over here, and well, it's unfortunate. He didn't even get the shield down on our Nexus before he died. Kind of funny to watch him try though. And then back here, we take out the big plant monster, and we start growing our own plant monster. And I come in here to clean up some more seeds, makes it easier in the long term. Then my buddies notice that there's a team fight going on down bottom, but I didn't see that. So they go down bottom. What I noticed was that top lane is already pushed pretty far forward, so I get some minions in there, buff them out with a minion lieutenant, and then we just push hard on the Nexus, which is coming up right in here. And I don't think the enemy team, they haven't even seen me, they don't even know I'm here. I'm just melting the turret down. I think I'm chanting death laser, death laser, death laser. You can see I'm chanting for the death laser. They don't even know I'm here. Bam! Turret down. Nailed it. So that was the first game won. Victory with Asthma down. And then I decided for the second game to switch it up a little bit. So in the second game, you can see I'm playing the monk, who I have never played before. So I came down bottom lane. I didn't see where they were, but I noticed they'd just taken vision right there on that vision pad. So I moved up to try and catch them, but they went around the back way. I looked down and noticed that both monks are soloing bottom lane, which probably not a good idea because we're both supports. But I clearly didn't know what I was doing here. I lose this trade even though I got the jump on him. But that's alright, because in the next couple trades I will redeem myself. So we can see here we're coming in for the next trade. We're both at about the same health. He might be a little lower than me, which definitely helps me out. We both have exactly the same abilities. We built the same way, so I won that trade just by a hair. So it was probably that extra little sliver of health that was helping me. So then I noticed that a tribute has spawned up top. And so we both monks are heading up to join in. So you can see he starts chasing me, so I run him right into my team. He jumps on me and they jump on him. We don't end up getting the kill. He gets away, which was unfortunate, but couldn't be helped. And then this is the second tribute of the game spawning. So I come down, I'm at about half health. There was a small team fight up above. The tribute spawns and I go on it, but then an Asmodan shows up and he throws down his demons. So I dodge the death ball and come back in, but I misjudged how much damage his death laser could do, which was a really bad idea. I mean, I was just playing Asmodan, I should know better. So I run away with a sliver of health left, and he unfortunately gets tribute. Now this next tribute spawns, and I have discovered once again Asmodan is there as well, so we fight. Unfortunately, I didn't duke out his minions this time, so he ends up getting the kill on me. You can see I go down there, and the rest of their team shows up to clean up that fight. So they end up getting that tribute right there, and then they move on. You can see here, Asmodan and I have a love-hate relationship. We engage on each other again down here, and that death laser, I probably wouldn't have had him even if that Rainer hadn't come in from the back and shot me. But I didn't learn my lesson because they are up here again, and I decide to go in on them. This time I have a buddy to help me, so I throw down a little bit of damage. Together we kill him. I pop my ult there on Rainer, and you can see I was damaging him faster than he could heal, which is crazy if you know how fast Rainer heals. And then we move into another team fight. This is in mid lane. I misjudged that completely, and you can see I threw my ult a half a second early. If I had been a slight bit slower, I would have come in after Invisibich's ult had fired. So that was unfortunate. And then this was a really bad miscalculation. I saw a Zagra. I mean, you see her running, you gotta chase it. I managed to dodge her ult there, switch to my horse. Her minions hit me, but I get in Q range. Throw down as much damage as I can, and she's so low, and I was too greedy, so I run in, start taking keep shots. She attacked me, so I Q to her, try and throw down as much as I can, but in the end, that fort really just did me in. Too greedy there. Need to calm down a little bit in the future. You can see that was a really clutch dodge. I was standing there for a second, didn't even notice Asmodan, but I think I redeemed myself here, get the kill on him. Oh, I remember this one. We kill each other, but he still dies, which means I still win. Victory is achieved even if you die, as long as you kill your opponent. So I saw another tribute spawning, and Rainer and Invisibitch are right there in base, so they saw me leaving, and they clearly know where I'm going. So I guess some bad communication on their team, but that's lucky for me, because I managed to hop onto Zagra, and none of them show up. So I get the kill here pretty quickly, and then clean up that tribute, which is good for us, because we've already been cursed once this game, and we're 2/3 of the way towards cursing the enemy team now, which is a milestone for sure. So now we're coming in, and it looks like another tribute has just spawned. So this fight got crazy pretty fast. So another tribute spawns. We jump in. I managed to dodge Invisibich's ult by popping my own ult. And then Asmodan targets me. Again, that love-hate relationship. We appear to just always target each other. So I run away from his death laser with barely any health left, come down. Luckily my character has a heal on him, so I heal a little bit, me and some of my allies. We're going back into the team fight. I saw Invisibitch was low, so I tried to get to her, but Asmodan managed to wall block me, and then Rainer's ult comes. So I jump onto her, and I miss her, but luckily she procs the boss. So the boss kills her and Asmodan for us, and we managed to clean up the monk right there. He goes down pretty fast. Zagra turns and runs, and we clean up that tribute, which is great. It's our first curse on the enemy, so we're starting to turn the tide, maybe looking to tie this game up. And we come down, we end up taking this fort, get a little bit of damage on it. It turns into a little bit of a team fight, but nothing really happens. No kills, no deaths, so nothing to report there. But then, here, we were chasing Zagra through the bushes, and then we turned back to take the boss. Now, they definitely know where we are, because Zagra's minions were still there when we turned back around to hit the boss, but they never show up at any point when we're taking it. So this was really good for us. It it turned the game around. It got us a little bit closer, get some high damage on that boss, or rather, once we get that boss, we can get some high damage on them. So we take the boss, and he goes down mid lane, and right after we take the boss, a tribute had spawned, which I didn't notice, but really clutch here. They managed to take the tribute a second before Invisibich's ult smacks down, so they barely got away with that. Now I see there another tribute has spawned, so I jump on here and take it, and this is our 2/3 of the way to getting another tribute. So we're tied with them again, both in crow emblems taken and in tributes taken and in curses. So the game's pretty much tied. We're actually ahead in levels at this point. We are still behind in kills, and our Nexus has some damage, but here I got too greedy, jumped in on Invisibitch. I managed to get the kill on Zagra with a little help from my ally, but it's starting to get too greedy to overplay. So you can see here we got cursed again. We lost this last tribute, which means our base is in dire repair. But I ran around to the back and I get a kill here, and you can see my ult is dealing damage faster than he can heal it. So I kill him, jump onto Asmodan. Unfortunately, he killed my ally before I could kill him, so she gets a little mad at me later. But then again, I got too greedy, and I chased Zagra, and she just, her hunter-killers just took me down. You can see there, Jono was getting a bit mad at me. So I find Zagra again, and I jump on her, and this was actually really clutch. So the entire team comes running around, and Zagra pops her ult right after Invisibitch and the monk had popped their ults. So, and she actually managed, Zagra, the enemy Zagra, saved us all from dying to the monk and to Invisibitch, which would have been for sure. Now here's where we basically lost the game. We were still ahead in levels, so we decided to take another boss, and we miscalculated that totally. We see the monk come in, but we decide to ignore him and keep focusing the boss. And that was what really did us in, because we can see Malfurion still trying to hit the boss, and the rest of their team just sweeps in and kills us off. And so there's a tribute there as well. That tribute would have won us the game. That boss and that tribute would have won it for us, but unfortunately not. You can see there Asmodan winning the game for them the same way I won the game for us last game. So bit disappointing, but 1 win, 1 loss. Not too bad, not too shabby at all. Hey y'all, I just wanted to say a quick thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more like it, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll be putting out some more quite soon. Okay, thanks for watching y'all.